हमारा अपना स्वभाव मान लीजिए, हम काफी सेंसिटिव हो जाते हैं सही और गलत के प्रति। और कई बार पता है, मतलब कई बार सोचते रहते हैं शायद वो गलत छोटी सी बात हुई होगी, बड़े बड़े चीजें हो जाती हैं, लोगों को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, दुनिया में मारकाट मची हुई है। बट जो साधक प्रवृत्ति के लोग हैं, उनको उनको अगर ये महसूस हो कि मेरी वजह से किसी का दिल टूट गया, तो भी कई बार वो टॉर्मेंट रहते हैं अपने अंदर, अरे लगता है। और आई नो द आंसर विल कम सेल्फ, बट then there is a statement by Ajahn Chah that let go happens when you can't move forward, you can't move backward, and you can't stay still. आप ना तो आगे जा सकते हैं, ना पीछे जा सकते हैं, ना खड़े रह सकते हैं, तभी लेट गो होता है। तो इस परिस्थिति में क्या, अम, मतलब दिस इज इट, तो यही परिस्थिति होती है और कुछ हो सकता है, मतलब हम उसमें हम क्या कर सकते हैं फिर? कोई डिसीजंस लेना है, आपको पता है इस डिसीजंस के प्रोज एंड कॉन्स होने वाले हैं, ह्यूमन इमोशंस इन्वॉल्व हैं, और आप बहुत देर तक उस डिसीजन को टालते हो क्योंकि किसी इस डिसीजन के रिपरकशंस तो आने वाले हैं। एंड इट जस्ट ह्यूमन इमोशंस, किसी का मृत्यु नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ तो। राजा अपने पिताजी को मारकर बुद्ध के पास आ रहा है यहाँ। और सो उस समय जो लेट गो, इट्स अ वेरी टफ। होल्ड ऑन एक होता है, होल्ड ऑन, होल्ड ऑन एक हम लोग को सिखाया जाता है, और उसको बहुत ही हीरोइक क्वालिटी बताया जाता है, होल्ड ऑन टू इट। And then somebody keep on saying let go, let go. So मैं वही जानना चाह रहा था कि ये जो लेट गो होता है आप लोगों के जीवन में, आ, इसी तरह से होता है या बहुत ही आसानी से हो जाता है कि, या अब हो जाता है पहले नहीं होता था? आई जस्ट वांटेड नो बिकॉज समटाइम्स टॉर्मेंटिंग इज देयर फॉर मी।
Yeah, it's a prac- practical situation all of us face. फर्स्टली लेट गो का शब्द का मतलब जरा समझ लेना चाहिए। लेट गो का मतलब है लेट गो ऑफ सेल्फ। ओके, दैट इज वन थिंग। The second is let go of self does not mean let go of action. Okay. Now, when we let go of self, and to whatever extent possible, the advice always is given. Decision should be taken on the basis of sati and panya in any condition, any situation whatsoever, howsoever difficult it be. So when you take decisions on the basis of sati and panya, you let go of self to the extent you can. We can't do it completely, of course. So we try to calm when there's a difficult decision to be made. We doing best of our abilities of calming down the mind, of gathering all the panya which we may have of various kinds, understanding Four Noble Truths, understanding dependent origination, understanding three lakhanas. We bring that into our mind, this understanding, and put that question. If you want to get a meditative answer, you sit quietly. After having quietened the mind, practiced some element of the sati sampajanya, says whichever way you practice, so that the mind gets settled sufficiently. Then you put the question and wait for the answer to come from within. The answer will come from within, and that is probably the best way we can apply sati and sampajanya there, and sati and panya there. So sampajanya means considering all the aspects, considering the purpose of the action, considering its suitability, and then making use of our spiritual faculty of meditation and panya to come to a decision. So we take decisions like that. That's what we do. When very difficult situations are there, we take decisions based on that. And usually that is the best possible thing we can do at this moment. It may not be produce the best possible results, because it will produce the results in commensurate with my present state of tranquility, present state of understanding. If my understanding is clouded, I can't do anything. I can try to best retrieve कि भाई कितनी मेरी प्रज्ञा जाग सकती है, कोशिश कर सकते हैं. और अगर डिसीजन लेना ही है immediately, then we have to take it. Or if it is possible to wait, then we can practice properly, bring the mind to as much as quietude and as much of equilibrium as possible. In the practical situations, panya manifests in the form of equilibrium, upekha to the extent possible. So, जिस हद तक हमारी उपेक्षा आ पाए उस हद तक then we can hopefully come to a whatever best decision I could take at this moment. It may or may not be the absolute best. There is no possibility of any absolute best. So that's it. That's how we have been taking. I have been many times. You have to take very difficult decisions. Life and death decisions have to be taken. So what more can be done? There's no other way available. Later on, after 10 years, you may find, yeah, I didn't do it very wisely. So what? That is the wisdom which was available to me at that time. There's no point in regretting it now. So everybody does actions based on the knowledge and wisdom which he had at that moment. And if you find it's wrong, then you learn, okay, this is what we have learned from the so-called wrong decision I took at that time. And then we can see, okay, it was taken wrong because I got some attached to some perspective, or I had certain perceptions, or I got attached to certain people, or certain money, or certain things. And then I tried to, okay, in future, I'll try to reduce that to the extent possible. So that's how we practice and we practice. तो गलती तो होगी ना, गलती करने से डरने की जरूरत नहीं. अगर हम में प्रज्ञा की कमी है तो गलत डिसीजन हो सकता है. So called, but again the issue is, what does we are not arhants, so we have to accept that some mistakes will happen.
Right, sir. So the issue is that increased sensitivity, like tormenting, and वो
That
थोड़ा सा
decreased sensitivity means lack of practice. Increased sensitivity has to be associated with increased wisdom. It means there is an inability to experience the bodily sensations or experience the Vedana, let me put it technically. Inability to experience the Vedana without reacting. That's what it means, sensitivity. Increased sensitivity means that there's a situation, some Vedana is arising and I'm not able to handle it. Whether it is pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, I should have the ability. Then that ability comes to practice. Sense restraint, sati sampajanya, contentment. These are various things which you practice so as to be able to bring our mind to equilibrium. We unfortunately sometimes we feel increased sensitivity is something worth cherishing. It is worth cherishing only if it is accompanied by equanimity. Otherwise, it's a big problem. साधक होना हमको दुख देना नहीं चाहिए ना. साधक होने से हमारा दुख कम होना चाहिए. इसका मतलब हमने कहीं ना कहीं गलत डायरेक्शन ले ली. या कई बार आदमी इनसेंसिटिव होता है, फिर वो सेंसिटिव होने लगता है तो उसको लगता है ये एक इम्प्रूवमेंट है. इट इज इन सम सेंस, बट इफ इट इज नॉट अकम्पनीड बाय विजडम देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम्स. तभी बार बार कहा जाता है ना कि वेदना के ऊपर हमको खूब ध्यान देना चाहिए in terms of understanding, especially the manosampassaja Vedana, thoughts, Vedana arising out of thoughts. And when they are unpleasant, we are not able to handle it. At some point in our heart, we say, oh, I'm being sensitive. And then we try to, pat our back. नहीं, sensitivity तो अच्छी चीज है. आपको insensitive नहीं होना चाहिए. We should not become like a stone. But then it is causing me to suffer because I have not have the appropriate wisdom associated with that. So the balancing of faculties is very important.